CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links. Game On is brought to you by Aquino Financial Group and by Island Green, Westminster.
Hi there, I'm Pat Stetzer, and welcome to the Spring Sports Season Wrap-Up Show episode of Game On. We'll recap the boys and girls lacrosse seasons and hear from the county championship coaches. You'll see some of the best baseball and softball players and teams from the spring, and we'll find out if any tennis or track athletes finished the year with state championships. Plus, we'll unveil the CMSportsNet Players of the Year for boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse. So let's get things started. It's Game On. The Carroll County girls lacrosse season had its share of standout performances in 2024. One team rode an impressive winning streak into the state semifinals, and another team got hot at the right time and reached the state tournament. First up, let's take a look at the final Carroll County Athletic League standings. Manchester Valley repeated as county champs, and the Mavericks won for the sixth time in program history. Century was the runner-up, and the Knights lost only twice this spring by a combined 3 goals, both games coming against rival Man Valley. Now we can take a look at the final stats leaders for girls lacrosse, starting with scoring. Man Valley's Emma Penchek finished first in points, and South Carroll's Leah Miller edged her for the most goals in the county, 82-81. Mavericks freshman Taylor Feek with a fine rookie season as well. On to the next list of scoring leaders. You see Liberty's top 3 scorers led by Annika Ray and Maddie Smith, and Natalie Burmeister turned in one of the top assist totals for the season. And let's take a look at the top goalies in terms of saves. Winters Mills' Addison Vallandingham leading the way, and South Carroll's Kaylin Lopes surpassing 100 saves as well. Now it's time to go in-depth with the county teams, and we begin with Century. The Knights went 13-2 and 5-1 in the CCAL, losing twice this year to Man Valley by a combined 3 goals. Delaney Sandbank put together a stellar senior year with 48 goals and 39 assists, and junior Natalie Opatowski posted 54 goals, the 4th most in Carroll County this spring. Francis Scott Key went 6-9 overall and winless in county play, but the Eagles started 4-2 on the year and won their opening playoff game as well. Senior Drew Watkins had 49 points to lead FSK in scoring, and sophomore Lily Berthier added 21 goals. Liberty won 9 games and posted a 4-2 county record led by senior Annika Ray and her 71 points. Junior Maddie Smith led the Lions with 38 assists. Liberty played a challenging schedule and fell short in their quest to play in a 4th straight Class 1A state final. Manchester Valley captured a 2nd straight county title, and the Mavericks won their first 17 games of the season before coming up short against Glenelg in the 2A state semifinals. Junior Emma Penchek led Carroll with 112 points, and freshman Taylor Feek was second with 93. South Carroll put together a 7-game winning streak that propelled the Cavaliers into the 1A state quarterfinals, and the Cavs had standout junior Leah Miller lead the way. Miller scored 82 goals and surpassed 200 career draw controls during the spring season. Westminster had a tough season with the Owls going 5-10 and 2-4 in the CCAL. They competed, though. They lost 5 games this year by 3 goals or fewer. Senior Kate McAlonan led the county in assists with 47, and Brinley Tozer led Westminster with 31 goals. Winters Mills struggled during the in-county season, but the Falcons won 4 of their last 5 games ahead of the regional semifinals. They finished 6-9, led by Sienna Perryman and her 84 points. That was 5th best in the Carroll County Athletic League. Now we can take a look at the state playoff brackets that featured Carroll County teams. Let's begin with Class 1A, where South Carroll advanced thanks to its first regional title since 2019. The Cavaliers fought Falston down to the final minute before coming up short, and the Cougars went on to win the state crown after losing to Liberty in the final in each of the past 3 seasons. And now let's see the 2A state playoff bracket, where Man Valley faced Glenelg in the semifinals, and the Gladiators handed the Mavericks their only loss of the year. Glenelg topped Queen Anne's for their first state championship since 2018 and the 6th in program history. Manchester Valley proved itself the top team in Carroll County, so let's dive a little deeper into the Mavericks season. Joining me now in studio is Manchester Valley girls lacrosse coach Shelly Brzezicki. Thanks for joining me today, Coach. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, Pat.
Let's talk about your Mavericks for a moment. Man Valley went 14-0 during the regular season and 6-0 against Carroll County teams, beating them by an average of 16-4. The Mavericks totaled 242 goals, 281 assists, and 274 draw controls. Coach, Man Valley had 10 sophomores and freshmen combined on the roster. We talked about this before the season and then throughout the season. When did you see them really gel as a unit this spring? Was there a moment during the year where you really saw it come together?
I think as we started county play, we started to see confidence grow. But I think it was our region final game where I realized that there were kids stepping up and doing things in times where we needed them to. You know, with Emma out of the game for a little bit, we really needed someone to step up. And I started to see them trust each other a little bit more. And I think that was great to see.
Yeah, you mentioned Emma Penchik. We know what kind of player she is. 200 career goals. She got past that this year. Led the county again in scoring. But which one of her teammates, maybe more than one, impressed you the most throughout the year that sort of rose to the occasion and filled that number 2 role really well for you guys?
So I think twofold for us. Lindsay McCory on defense, I thought, had a breakout season for us. Really took her role to the next level. Came in, as a junior who spent last season with us on varsity, but didn't see much time on the field, and picked it up and was able to put a lot of pressure on attackers, which really helped our defensive end. And then I think our freshman midfielder, Taylor Feek, without a doubt, came in and shouldered a lot of pressure, and I thought played extremely well, and especially in some tough and difficult situations.
Yeah, no doubt. Before the state semifinal loss to Glen Ellyn, Man Valley, you guys have won 36 games in a row. How much was that talked about during the year, if at all? And how did you see them handle the pressure that comes with any sort of winning streak? You don't want to be the one that lets the streak end. Did you feel like they handled it pretty well up until the very end of the year?
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the streak. We didn't talk about how many games we're in, how many games we needed to break it. But there was no doubt in my mind they knew, right? So I think there was a lot of talk outside of our circle about the streak. There was a lot of talk about, us not losing a game yet. I think at a point it might have caused undue pressure for them.
Sure.
But again, we didn't talk about it, so I don't think that it was something that was daily on their thoughts. But I do think that it's something that, as we got into the playoffs and further into the season, I think it was something that added some pressure, unfortunately, for us.
Well, 36 in a row is impressive, no matter how you slice it. One of those wins came against county rival Century back on April 16th, a matchup we brought you live from Manchester as the CMSportsNet Game of the Week, and that game went right down to the wire. Let's go ahead and take a look back at the highlights.
Century traveled to Manchester Valley on Tuesday, April 16th, in a battle of unbeaten girls lacrosse teams looking to take over first place in the Carroll County standings. A defensive tone is set early. Maddie Preach with a takeaway, and the Knights force a turnover. Harley Hamlin lines up for a free position, but Mavericks goalie Josie Collender makes the stop. Century breaks through moments later after a caused turnover, and Delaney Sandbank puts it home on the breakaway. Knights on the board first. Emma Penchak converts the free position try here, and it's all even 1-1 after one quarter. Century's Becca Mullenix comes up with a big save on a free position attempt, and we're still tied 1-1 midway through the second quarter. This time it's Collender with a great stop on a free position. The goalies are trading saves in the first half, and it's Knights 1, Mavericks 1 at halftime. Here's a nice transition from Century. Julia Borniak finds Delaney Sandbank, who gets it to Marley Carfine, and the senior does the rest. Once again, we're tied. It's 3-3 after 3 quarters. Natalie Opatowski scores twice early in the fourth quarter, and this one from free position gives the Knights a 5-3 lead. Manchester Valley responds. Penchak fires a shot into the top of the net, and it's 5-4 with 5 minutes to go. Penchak finds Natalie Burmeister with a nifty pass, and the senior buries the shot. We're tied once more, 5-5. Century has possession, but Man Valley causes a turnover, and the Mavericks head the other way. After a timeout, it's the play of the game. Burmeister finds Penchak coming off a double team, and she shoots and scores. Mavericks up 6-5. Century wins the ensuing draw control, but Penchak intercepts a pass, and a turnover seals it for Manchester Valley. Final score is Mavericks 6, Knights 5. Man Valley wins a 27th consecutive game, and the Mavericks are 8-0, 4-0 in the CCAL. Century falls to 6-1, 3-1 in Carroll County.
That was exciting right down to the end. You guys were down by 2 goals with a few minutes to go, but there was still plenty of time. Just as a whole from that game, it did help define the 2024 season for Man Valley.
I think it helped us to realize that being down by a few goals didn't mean it was the end of the game, that we could come back. I think it also helped to alleviate some pressure from some of our other players.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of things that can happen on the field. I think ultimately it was a tough game against tough competition. I think we needed it, and we needed it so that we can come back and say, okay, what isn't working for us? What can we fix? What can we do better? And I thought we grew from there.
And of course, you know, the rematch in the playoffs didn't quite go right down to the wire, but again, against a really tough team. So getting two games like that against a top-notch state caliber team for Century helps those young kids for the future.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Appreciate it, Coach. Now it's time to unveil the 5 finalists for CMSportsNet Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year, and here they are in alphabetical order. Man Valley's Taylor Feek, South Carroll's Leah Miller, Man Valley's Emma Penchek, Century's Delaney Sandbank, and Liberty's Annika Ray. Let's break down each player, and we'll start with Feek. The freshman burst onto the varsity scene and sparkled in the midfield for the Mavericks. Feek collected 69 goals and 24 assists for 93 points. That was the second most in Carroll County. Miller posted 82 goals for the Cavaliers, helped them get to the state quarterfinals. Miller also added 131 draws and 51 ground balls in her junior season. Penchek did it all for Manchester Valley. The junior had 81 goals and a county best 112 points, along with 130 draw controls for the county champions. Sandbank led Century in scoring with 89 points, and the senior was second on the team with 48 goals, but led the team with 39 assists. That was the third most in Carroll County. Ray helped Liberty with 71 points. That was tied for 7th best in Carroll, and the senior posted 47 goals to lead the Lions in that category. Coach, you have 2 of the 5 finalists on our list there. Tell us a little bit about each one of them and any other ones that really stood out this year for you. You can start with your 2.
So Taylor Feek, coming in as a freshman, I thought played really poised. It started for her, I think, in that tournament we had early in the season. You know, we're down to Liberty. Emma's hurt. She's on the sidelines, and all eyes were kind of on Taylor. You know, can you lead and spark our offense? I thought she did a great job. The nice thing about Taylor, she's not just an offensive threat.
Right.
She helps tremendously on the defensive end and in transition. I thought for a freshman, she had a phenomenal year, and I thought it was her poise and her willingness to shoulder some of that pressure that really helped her break out this season.
And how about Emma? I mean, we've said a lot about Emma in the last 3 years. And
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, Emma's a phenomenal lacrosse player, and we know she's an elite level athlete, does a lot on the attacking end, and I know that gets her a lot of credit. But Emma's defensive play oftentimes, you know, gets untold, and leading our team in caused turnovers, causing 5 in that state semifinal game to Glen Elk. But just the things that she's able to do, her vision on the field and her ability to get everybody involved.
Well, Coach Shelley Brzezicki, thank you very much for your time. Congratulations on another great girls lacrosse season.
Thanks for having me.
Let's shift over to softball now and take a look at the Carroll County Athletic League standings. Francis Scott Key won a 2nd straight CCAL title, and Liberty came in 2nd before the Lions battled the Eagles in their regional final. 4 teams finished above 500 this spring. It was a standout season for Francis Scott Key. The Eagles won a regional crown and reached the state semifinals for the first time in 33 years. Junior pitcher Jasmine Klein led the way from the circle, and the Eagles won 21 games in 2024. Let's take a look at the Class 1A softball state bracket for a minute. The Eagles blanked Patterson Mill in the quarterfinals, but Boonesboro clipped their wings in the next game and advanced to the finals for the first time since 2016. Allegheny took the title, though, for the 2nd time in 3 seasons. Now we take a look at some of the top performers from around Carroll County. First up, the offensive leaders. Liberty's Taylor Alt with a huge year at the plate, leading the Lions to that regional final. Liberty teammate Aaron Martin was right behind her. And for county champion Francis Scott Key, you see Jasmine Klein with 44 RBIs and her 7 home runs. Now we can check the top pitching performances. Klein went 18-1 with 189 strikeouts and a 1.92 ERA from the state semifinalists. Good stuff. Congratulations to all of Carroll County's standout softball teams and players from the 2024 spring season. Okay, time for a quick break, but when we come back, we'll dive into the county's boys lacrosse season. And later, we'll announce the CMSportsNet Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year. So don't go away. Game On's Spring Sports Wrap-Up Show is coming right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
Welcome to Island Green, Westminster. The Pub and Grill offers a variety of food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Live music, private suites, miniature golf. Learn more at islandgreenwestminster.com. Island Green, Westminster.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports Podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Each week, CM Sportsnet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. We're here for the home team. Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. And by Genova's to Go. Locations in Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's pizza, pasta, subs, and more.
Welcome back to Game On. Let's jump right back into it. Carroll County boys lacrosse put together a competitive spring season with a handful of close games and overtime outcomes. But before we break it all down, let's take one more look at the county standings. Century overcame a slow start to the year and captured the county title, and Westminster also went 5-1 in the CCAL. But as you can see, it was a challenging season all around for county squads. The final boys lacrosse scoring leaders looked like this. Man Valley's Gavin Reed and Winters Mills' Camden Deming neck and neck for the most points, with Reed taking it. Solid season from Century senior Brad Brown as well. On to the next wave of boys lacrosse scorers. Graham Johns and Gary Bavetta from Francis Scott Key combined for 55 goals, while South Carroll's Caden Petrucci leading the Cavaliers in scoring. And we can see some of the top goalie saves leaders as reported to CM Sportsnet by the county coaches, with Westminster's Connor McNamara leading the way with 205 saves. Time to look at each Carroll County team in depth, beginning with Century. 4 of the night's 5 county wins came by a combined 6 goals. Brad Brown posted 30 goals and 29 assists for Century, and Michael Burns added 23 goals for the Carroll County champs. Jacob Summers gave Century additional offense. The senior scored 4 times against Winters Mill in a playoff victory. Francis Scott Key took a bit of a tumble after a 4-1 start. The Eagles went winless in the county during the regular season, but they played in a regional final and they finished 6-10. Graham Johns led FSK in scoring with 39 points, and Gary Bavetta led the Eagles with 30 goals. Liberty got hot at the right time, and the Lions made it all the way to the 1A state final before losing to Falstead. The Lions needed an overtime win in the playoffs against South Carroll to keep that run going. Riley Wickline led the team in scoring, and freshman Matthew Brandell led in assists. Manchester Valley enjoyed its first regional championship, and the Mavericks held their own against Huntingtown in the 2A state quarterfinals. The Mavs were 8-8 and 3-3 in the county, and Gavin Reed led Carroll with 66 points. Teammate Grant Miller had the second most goals with 47. South Carroll went 4-9 and 2-4 in the county, but the Cavaliers dropped 4 games by 3 goals or fewer, including their overtime playoff matchup against rival Liberty. Caden Petrucci led South Carroll in scoring, and Cutter Stanton added 20 goals for the Cavaliers. Westminster overcame some injuries and an 0-4 start to the season, and they went 5-1 in the county and 7-9 overall, led by Jack Hitchcock's 50 points and Chase Zepp's 31 goals. Connor McNamara shined in goal. The senior posted 205 saves. Winters Mill came up short in its quest to win the county title, but the Falcons went 4-2 in the CCAL and finished with a winning record at 7-6. Camden Deming led Carroll County in goals with 48, and Andrew Owens handed out 22 assists. Reed Postalway finished with 38 points. All right, let's take a look at the boys lacrosse playoff brackets that featured county teams, and we begin with Class 1A. Liberty took out Calvert and Perryville before running into that powerful Falston bunch. The Lions reached the state final, though, for the 3rd time in school history. And now we see the Class 2A state bracket, where Manchester Valley almost knocked out top seed Huntingtown in the quarterfinals, but in the end, it was Glenelg hanging on to beat Hereford for the championship. And now let's dive a little deeper into Century and their county championship season. Now it's time to welcome Century boys lacrosse coach Jeremy Benson to the studio. Coach, thanks for joining us here today.
Appreciate you having me on.
No problem at all. Let's talk about your Knights here for a second. They endured some losing streaks along the way, but righted their ship in time for the regional playoffs. Century ousted Winters Mill from the postseason before falling short against Manchester Valley in the regional final, but they went 5-1 in the Carroll County Athletic League and won their 3rd county title in the last 4 seasons. Coach, your team went from 0-5 to start the season to 5-5, and that stretched you won those 5 out of the 6 county games. Is there 1 or 2 things that turned things around for you guys this year?
No, going into this season, we knew those were going to be some really tough matchups, and they're going to prepare us for the county games. So it got, I think we competed in a lot of close points in the games that they gave us a lot of confidence, but then gave us a lot that we knew we had to work on. So that going into those county matchups, we kind of already had been exposed in a few ways. We're able to make some corrections, and we're really confident going into some close matchups.
Just real quick before the next question, just to add on to that, you'd mentioned the first 3 games this year, Urbana, Falston, and Spalding.
Archbishop Curley, yeah.
Oh, Curley.
Yeah.
They all won championships. I mean, that's a gauntlet to start the year.
Yeah, and we knew that going into it, and when we played them, you could see it, definitely at the high level they were at and the speed they were competing with. But again, it really just gave us opportunity to see, hey, this is what we got to focus on.
And you turned things around big time. You lost to Winters Mill by 7 goals during the year. You faced the Falcons again and at their place and beat them in the playoffs 9-7. It was a thrilling game. What about that one sticks out to you the most? The redemption may be one of them, but was there 1 or 2 things that really caught your eye in the rematch?
Yeah, definitely. A few of their guys had stepped up in ways that we didn't really know about. We knew Reed, Player of the Year, was a really big player, but then Cam really took a whole other step facing off. Really shocked us. Really competing at the face-off X, and then offensively, especially in the 4th quarter, they had given us some interesting looks where we really had to take a different look, made a few adjustments, and really proud of the boys making those corrections and getting the win there.
And like I said, just to get a revenge game from them beating you pretty handily the first time around. 3 of your guys this year with 19 or more goals, and senior Brad Brown led the way. I think he had a 30-goal year. Your defense came together at times as well. I know you loved your freshman goalie this year, Jacob. How's the program prepared to sort of keep contending? Yes, 3 out of 4 years, but you know that a lot of the county teams are always coming for each other, so it's a competitive county.
Yeah, I mean, we had 5 starting freshmen this year, so a super young team, and 4 sophomores playing in really big roles. And we're going to miss our seniors. We're going to miss Brad. We're going to miss Summers offensively, and then 2 big-time starting defenders that we got to move on from. But JV did really well with all the guys that we had pulled up to varsity. So I'm really excited for those guys to take a next step. And I know those young freshmen are hungry for that first county championship. Now the bar's kind of set for them. Pressure's back on from a not so good last year, really putting the pressure back on us. And I'm excited to see how those guys respond and the amount of work that they're putting in. There's a good young core here at Century.
Yeah, definitely another championship to be proud of. Just like with the girls lacrosse, CMSportsNet has 5 finalists for Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year in alphabetical order. We have Century's Brad Brown, Winters Mills' Camden Deming, Manchester Valley's Grant Miller, Winters Mills' Reed Postlethwaite, and Man Valley's Gavin Reed. Coach already talked about a couple of these guys. We'll talk to break down each one of these, and we'll start with Brown. The senior led the Knights with 59 points on 30 goals and 29 assists, and helped them win, like you said, their 3rd county title in 4 seasons. Up next is Deming. The senior played attack and midfield, led the county with 48 goals. Deming finished with 63 points, 2nd most in the CCAL, and also was their Fogo player a lot of the time. Now we see Miller, who helped Man Valley reach the state tournament by scoring 47 goals, 2nd best in the county, and tallying 62 points for the 3rd most in the CCAL. Postlethwaite came off a Player of the Year junior season, like Coach said, and notched 25 goals and 13 assists for 38 points from his midfield position. He helped Big Mill go 4-2 in county play. Reed formed quite the 1-2 punch, helped form quite the 1-2 punch with Miller at Man Valley. The junior attackman led Carroll County with 66 points and was 3rd in goals with 44. Coach, some big-time players on that list. Any quick impressions about any of them? You can start with Brad Brown, obviously, because you know him pretty well.
Yeah, I'm really proud of Brad for the improvements he made from last year being a more assertive player, a more dominant player. He had some big-time moments in some of those county wins, so super proud of him for that. But some of those guys are super talented, and to see them really improve over the years to become more dominant players, I'm always rooting for those guys once they go on to the next level, so I'm excited to see how they do, and a little frustrated with some of those guys still hanging around a few more years. So.
You like when they graduate,
yeah,
right?
Exactly. Big fans when they graduate. Yeah, I love them when they're seniors.
Yeah, absolutely.
When they're underclassmen, let's hurry it up.
That's right. Well, Coach, we thank you very much for spending some time with us today, and once again, congratulations on winning the county championship.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Let's talk about Carroll County baseball, where 4 teams posted 500 or better overall records and 1 squad captured a regional title. More on that in a second. Liberty earned the Carroll County crown for a 4th straight season, and the Lions went 10-2 against county teams. Century, Man Valley, and FSK all had winning records in the county, and Key also played a tie with Winters Mill along the way. That regional championship went to Liberty once more. The Lions went 16-5 overall, and they blanked Pikesville 3-0 to win the 1A North Region 2 title. 3 players earned first-team All-CCL honors this spring from Liberty: shortstop Nate Martin, first baseman Braden Chubb, and pitcher infielder Carter Shanks. Liberty was the sole county team to make a state playoff bracket, so let's look at Class 1A. Brunswick ended the Lions season in the quarterfinals, and the Railroaders went on to win their first state crown since 2016. Let's go ahead now and see some of the top county baseball players from the spring season. First up, the offensive leaders. County champ Liberty has 2 players on this list, Carter Shanks and Nate Martin. Shanks' .431 batting average, one of the top in Carroll. Westminster's Will Molman batted .455 with 29 RBIs for the Owls. And now over to the top pitching performances. Clayton Dorsey with a pair of saves and a 1.57 ERA for Westminster. And Man Valley's Gene Maggin with a great year for the mound, 6-1 record and 72 strikeouts. Plenty of success all over the diamond from Carroll County baseball teams in 2024, and congrats again to County and Region Champion Liberty. All right, time for another quick break. When we come back, we'll recap the tennis and track and field seasons, and we'll name the CMSportsNet Player of the Year for boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse. So stick around, Game On's Spring Sports Wrap-Up Show is coming right back.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Welcome to Island Green, Westminster. The Pub and Grill offers a variety of food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Live music, private suites, miniature golf. Learn more at islandgreenwestminster.com. Island Green, Westminster.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
I'm Danielle Inglesby, and I interned at the Community Media Center during my senior year at South Carroll High School. I was interested in the CMC because of the knowledge and experience that I would gain and to help narrow down my field for what I want to work in the future. During my internship, I learned how to operate graphics for New Blue for our sports productions and to edit various projects on Premiere. I recommend the Community Media Center for anyone interested in studio art because it definitely gave me an advantage for the future, and I learned a lot and had a ton of fun.
Welcome back to Game On's Spring Sports Wrap-Up Show. Let's keep things going. Break out the rackets. It's time to talk about Carroll County tennis. And first up, let's see the final county standings, starting with the boys. Liberty went unbeaten. The Lions clinched their 7th county title in the last 8 seasons. Westminster took second, and Winters Mill enjoyed a winning record. On the girls' side, a 3-way tie for first place with Liberty, Man Valley, and South Carroll. The Mavs won for a second time in as many years. For the Lions, it was the 3rd time in 4 seasons, and for the Cavaliers, the 1st since 2007. Regional champions advanced to the state tournament, and county players came home with some hardware. South Carroll crowned its first ever tennis state champions with a pair of doubles teams. Caroline Aleftiris and Audrey Lillycrop beat St. Michael's Alexandria Rockwell and Lala Moore to win the 1A girls doubles crown. And in mixed doubles, SC's Sydney Mossman and Michael Mooney topped Elizabeth Warren and Aiden Nye 7-6, 7-5 in the 1A final for a second Cavaliers title. On the 1A boys doubles side, Liberty's Arjun Mystery and Hayden Spieth defeated Miles Fox and Cooper Bond of St. Michael's 6-0, 6-3. Congratulations to the state champion doubles teams from Liberty and South Carroll. Now we shift over to track and field, and let's take one more look at the county meet order of finish, starting with the boys teams. Winters Mill won its first county title since 2011, and the Falcons held off Man Valley and Liberty in the process. 4 teams tallied 100 or more points at the county meet. Over to the girls now, you see Man Valley edging Westminster for the team title. The Mavericks won for the first time in program history. The Owls were going after a 2nd straight county crown. From there, the best of the best competed for regional titles and then state championships, and once again, Carroll County brought home some hardware. Let's take a look at the state champs from the county. Checking on the girls' side, you see Century the big day led by 2-time winners Kaylin Stein and Emily Matroka, who ran a leg on the 4x800 relay. Westminster's Emma Reeves set a new 3A record in winning the discus throw. Over to the boys' side now, Liberty earned a pair of 1A state titles. Ryan Volmer won the pole vault, and Liberty of the Lions 4x800 relay team came in first as well. Century's Ryan Hartranth made it a nice boys-girls sweep in the 1,600-meter run. Quite the finish to the spring season for those outstanding tennis players and track athletes. Well done. Okay, one more break. When we come back, it's time to announce the CMSportsNet Player of the Year for boys lacrosse and girls lacrosse. So keep it right here. We'll be right back after this.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Welcome to Island Green Westminster. The Pub and Grill offers a variety of food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Live music, private suites, miniature golf. Learn more at islandgreenwestminster.com. Island Green Westminster.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
My name is Cooper Sheeler. I'm a senior at Winters Mill, and I'm here interning at the Community Media Center. I recently saw this opportunity because I was playing football over at Winters Mill, and I saw the Community Media Center filming and broadcasting a couple of our games. So I thought that was a really cool way to connect with the community, and I really wanted to be a part of that. Pretty much what I do throughout the day is I help with graphics throughout their Game On segments and Game of the Week, and I also help out prepare stats for all the seasons, the spring and the winter and the fall. I update all of those, and I pretty much go around and I can just help out. I can help out at games when they're preparing for a game of the week. I've done a couple podcasts here at Community Media Center. I would highly recommend people come in here for an internship. It's a lot of fun. The people that work here are really nice, and you get to experience a lot of cool things that you've probably never done before.
Welcome back to the Spring Sports Wrap-Up Show episode of Game On. We had a special CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week to round out the spring season, and it came from track and field. This Westminster High School senior went out with a bang by taking down a long-standing state record. So let's find out who it is. All right, a special CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week this week, Emma Reeves, Westminster track and field. Emma, fresh off the state championships. First place in discus, Emma. Second place in shot. Let's talk about discus. Not only did you win the gold medal, you set a 3A state record that last was broken. Our last was set 20 years ago. Those things probably don't go through your mind when you're throwing, but tell me what it was like to go out there and get the job done.
Oh my gosh, it was just amazing. I had a really good warm-up. I had a couple good first throws, and I was feeling good, and my coach was feeling good. My technique was great. I mean, I knew something was bound to happen. I just don't think I was aware of the extent of it. Of course, while I was throwing, I wasn't thinking anything. My blacked out a bit actually, but I just was so happy after I found out that I broke that record.
I was going to say, to win and to put your name in the record book on your last attempt, or your last time as a discus. Yeah. What's that mean to you after 4 years of throwing indoor and outdoor? So many meets.
So amazing. Well, I've been in a fortunate and unfortunate situation I've been competing with Gabby Cope from Northern for the past 4 years, and we are best buds, from throwing and stuff. But it was my time to shine, and I'm glad I had it, but it felt so just relieving to have that throw in the finals, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of throws and improving constantly as you go, and a lot of coaches help you along the way. But like you said, to do it at states where you wanted to get that gold medal and to get that done, sort of maybe not bittersweet, but a nice way to kind of cap everything off.
It's the best way I could have possibly ended that.
Yeah.
A great 4 years.
Which one do you like better, discus or shot? I'm gonna probably say maybe discus because of the record, but do you like one or the other?
Discus. I'm having a bit of a rough spell with shot put, but Still love shot.
Well, you're not done yet. What's next for you down the road after graduation?
After graduation, I will be competing at New Balance Nationals. I'm qualified for the championship shot put and discus, and I have a meet this coming weekend for my qualifying hammer mark. So hopefully 3 events at Nationals.
And then after that, we head to
New Hampshire.
How excited are you to, you start over as a freshman, but you pick right up where you left off, hopefully. How pumped are you to take that next step?
I'm so excited. I love the team already. I only know them a little bit, but from what I've seen and who I've been with, it's been great. Coach Cullen up at New Hampshire, I'm just so excited to work with him for the next 4 years. I'm excited to see what he can bring me to and to my next levels, and can't wait to see it happen.
Well, Emma, congrats on the great week last week, and good luck the rest of the way in Nationals and then in college. Emma Reeves, the latest CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services and by Genova's To Go.
Congratulations to Emma Reeves, the final CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week for the 2024 spring season. And here's a look at all the winners from the past season. Kudos to all of these standout Carroll County athletes. Okay, it's time to unveil the CM Sportsnet Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year. Our 5 finalists are Century's Brad Brown, Winters Mills' Camden Deming, Man Valley's Grant Miller, Winters Mills' Reed Postlethwaite, and Man Valley's Gavin Reed. And the 2024 CM Sportsnet Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year is Winters Mills' Camden Deming. It was a standout spring season for Camden, one of Winters Mills' dedicated 3-sport athletes. I recently sat down with Camden to talk about his senior season and what it was like playing those 3 sports for the Falcons and what he did this spring. Let's take a look. Camden, congratulations on a great year. 3-sport athlete, but let's talk about lacrosse first. Your goals went up from a year ago, your assists go down a little bit, but your points go up too. Was that a concerted effort on your part to do anything different than you did as a junior, or did it just come that way as a senior this year based on the makeup of the team?
Yeah, I think losing a lot of the attackmen really made us try more on our middies, and we were more midi oriented this year.
Yeah.
I think it also helps a lot with Reed being as talented as he is, and him getting a lot of the attention too.
Sure.
So yeah, I just think that more attention went to him.
And you have to be able to finish, right? Because you know that the defenses are going to go after Reed. He was the player of the year last year. I think he had 55 goals. His numbers go down a little bit, but we know how talented he is. How much did you guys work together to become that good 1-2 punch for the team?
I think definitely a lot of practice. At practice, we definitely try to work together more than last year, where we had more of a bigger team, more.
Okay.
And so I think we just did more 2-man, just trying to work the ball together.
How much of that is a connection between the two of you and the work you put in, even during practice, even off practice, and you guys just play some wall ball or just pass the ball around?
Well, I mean, I've been playing with him for a while, since 6th grade, maybe younger.
That forms a bond.
Yeah. So I mean, me, Andrew, Sam, Reed, Scott, we all know each other forever, so it's just a nice little bond.
It's a good group, and 2 really successful seasons. I know it didn't end the way you wanted to the last 2 years, but your ability, your penchant to sort of get in the middle there, get the ball, finish, and also take big hits. I saw you on your butt a lot more than you probably wanted to be. Where's that toughness come from?
Honestly, I don't know. I think I don't know. I mean, younger. When I was younger, I was always super small. So I was always getting beat up. When I played soccer, we were always we played up 2 years because of a little age gap, something like that, getting messed up. So I don't know. I've just been playing people bigger, stronger. So you got to work through it.
You got to take those hits, but you almost always pop right back up. And that's a testament to your work you put in. We were talking a minute ago. You're a 3-sport athlete. You played soccer in the fall, basketball in the winter, and of course lacrosse in the spring. And if you tell me what, there was literally no break. You went from 1 to 1 to 1. How, was that hard? You enjoyed it, I know, but how tough was that?
I mean, it gets tiring sometimes, but it's just fun. I like playing. I
mean, to go, clearly you do, and to go again from no break. You said what, soccer ended, you went right to basketball. Basketball ended right to lacrosse. Other than just the weekends where you can take a little bit of a rest, is it just a matter of that you've been doing it for so long, it's kind of comes naturally at this point?
Yeah, I mean, I was playing sports all year round when I was younger, club, rec, whatever. Just always playing, it's never really a break. Even when I have a break, it's I just want to go play.
I was going to say, you're not burned out yet, right? Yeah. The lacrosse season, one more thing about that. What were some of your best memories there? I mean, you guys had some good wins. It was, again, a competitive year. The county was sort of definitely every game. There was no easy game throughout the county. It was some good memories, though, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely last year being Century in overtime in the beginning, that's really where we clicked that we could be good.
Yep.
And we just took off from there.
Yeah.
Honestly, just the whole season, having fun, having memories with the team.
And last thing, what's next for you? You graduate in a couple days, and then what are we off to next?
Going to Stevenson to play some lacrosse, and yep.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I always ask this of a senior, you become a freshman again, so you have to make a name for yourself. I guess that's motivation for you, though, to get out there into the college level and sort of, hey, I'm coming in as a lot of other freshmen are, but I know that I've done the work and I know I'm a good player. What's the mindset as you get ready to be a freshman again?
Just soak everything in, try to work harder than all the other people, and hopefully I can get some playing time.
Yeah, hey, well, good luck next time. Congratulations on a great year. Thanks a lot, Camden.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Winters Mills Camden Deming, the CMSportsNet Boys Lacrosse Player of the Year. And good luck to him as he heads to Stevenson University to play men's lacrosse. All right, now we get to unveil the CMSportsNet Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year. Once again, our 5 finalists are Manchester Valley's Taylor Feek, South Carroll's Leah Miller, Man Valley's Emma Penchek, Century's Blaney Sandbank, and Liberty's Annika Ray. And the 2024 CMSportsNet Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year is Manchester Valley's Emma Penchek, Carroll County's leader in points for a second straight season. Quite the accomplishment. I recently caught up with the Mavericks junior, now a 2-time Player of the Year, and we talked about her return to the field and how she helped the Mavericks go after another county title. Let's take a look. Emma, congratulations on a great season, a junior year that you led the county in scoring and second in goals. But tell me about how it started, because I know you had coming into the spring off of an injury. We talked before the season started. Just take me back and remind me and everybody how motivated you were to come all the way back, because you were determined to get back after missing most of the fall and all of the winter.
Yeah, I think that injury kind of set me back a little bit, but knowing that I wanted to get back for lacrosse, I planned everything in advance and knew that I wanted to get back for this season specifically. And I just kind of took my rehab slow and steady, didn't try to rush anything, and ended up coming back before tryouts, so I was able to try out and kind of work my way through rehab and everything like that. I never just flowed through the rest.
Well, you hit the ground running, really. I mean, I know you said there was a little bit of a plan to sort of get yourself back in, but you were talking more about before the season started. How surprised were you, or just pleasantly surprised that you were just kind of picked up where you left off? Because you never know in that injury, and you rely so much on your speed and things like that. Was there ever a time when you were down or doubtful, or was it just let's go full steam ahead?
Yeah, I think I was definitely nervous, hoping that I come back the way that I was last year and kind of not starting from the ground and working my way up. But I think my rehab process, the doctors I worked with, the trainers I worked with, pushed me, so they knew where I wanted to be, so they pushed me to my limits and knew that I could get back to where I was before.
Coach Brzezicki and the leaders on your team, the veterans, talk about how young this squad was. I think it was 10 sophomores and freshmen. And not only were they on the roster, they played this year. Yeah. A lot of these younger girls played. That can go one of two ways. You can gel right away, or it can take a long time. You can hit some growing pains or some lumps. It was the former, it wasn't the latter for you guys. Was that just a matter of knowing what expectations are at Manchester Valley and leaning on some of the veterans on the team? How pleased were you that the young girls meshed as well as they did?
It was really great to see. I mean, even from the beginning, first day of tryouts, we knew that this group was going to be special. We knew we were going to be young, but we didn't take advantage of that, and they stepped in their positions right where they should be. They stepped up and they pushed themselves. They knew kind of what level that we all wanted to be at, and yeah, they did look to upperclassmen, but some upperclassmen looked back at them, and we kind of just worked together all well.
One of the younger girls is Taylor Feek, a freshman who came on and became like a 1-2 punch for you guys with yourself and Taylor. I think the really good teams need more than one person to be the leader like that. How cool is it to play with a freshman who also knew who she was playing with and a junior like yourself? It was a really good bond you guys formed.
It's a great experience. I ended up playing basketball with Taylor, but just being able to play lacrosse with Taylor Feek is amazing. I love her. She's a great player, amazing. Her future is so bright ahead of her. Just being able to kind of work with each other on this field and know that we have another year of it together is amazing to think about.
When did you know this year was going to be another special year too? Because last year, 19-0, passed all the tests, state champion. Now this year, as we talked about it before the season, everyone's gunning for you. They're going to bring their A game. You had a lot of convincing wins, and you had a handful of games that came right down to the wire. Did one of those games really show you and maybe your teammates that, hey, if we do this like we did last year, we're gonna be just as good as we were last year?
Yeah, I think definitely the Liberty game in our Four Causes for Champions tournament, knowing that you can't take one person away and everyone's going to shut down. One person's away, someone else is going to step up, and none of that happens on the offensive, defensive end, or even in between the 30s without everyone on the field. Even people on the bench, like no support, everything. We just were so cohesive.
200 career draws, or 200 career goals, you passed during the season. We talked about that already, but you also do so much with the draws and things like that. You'll play some defense when you have to. That big interception late against Century in the regular season. It's a well-rounded game, but you put a lot of time and effort into it. How much have you worked this season to become more well-rounded? Did you work more on draws, more on defense, more on passing, or was it just a combination of all of that?
I think it was definitely a combination of all of it. I think we worked on every piece little by little. We didn't try to force anything. We didn't try to pile anything on top of each other. And working in practice was kind of what formed it and allowed us to perform in games.
I know you're a well-rounded athlete as well. You play 3 sports, and we just talked before we started here about you're not much of a break. You're going to get ready to play club lacrosse. Just in terms of lacrosse, this season didn't end the way you wanted it to. A tough loss against Glenelg, who eventually won the state title. Is that enough motivation for this team, you think, going forward, that, hey, we won it last year, we came up short this year in a game that we think we could have won? Is that the fuel for the fire that you'll need next year? I know it's a long way away, but to get ready and get set again, to start out at the tryouts and just get back on the field and kind of finish what you thought you could have finished this year?
Definitely. I think that game was good for us, and I think as of right now, we're all looking forward to next year. We're going to use that as motivation and fuel to energize us and perform even better at a higher level next year for the season, and we're looking to make the same run.
Well, it's great watching you again this year. Good luck with everything else. Congratulations on Player of the Year.
Thank you.
Thanks. Congratulations to Emma Penchek, the CMSportsNet Girls Lacrosse Player of the Year. As you heard, she joined the 200 career goal club this season, so who knows how many she'll tally before her stellar high school career comes to an end. Send one final congratulations to the Player of the Year award winners and to all the spring sports athletes that shine when the lights are the brightest. It was a pleasure keeping tabs on your successes throughout the season. And that will do it for the spring sports season wrap-up show episode of Game On. As always, we thank you for watching. Now we're going to return June 19th to unveil the CMSportsNet Athlete of the Year, where we announce our finalists and overall selection from the 2023-24 Carroll County High School sports season. You won't want to miss that special presentation on Wednesday, June 19th. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, as well as our website at cmsportsnet.com. And you can watch us on cable channel HD 1086. Thanks again, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
What's the best gift you can give yourself? Pursue your passions. Explore your creativity. Expand your knowledge. Treat your mind and body. Give yourself a better you. With personal enrichment classes at Carroll Community College. Join us at carrollcc.edu/personalenrichment.
Hi, I'm Steve Aquino. Creating a financial plan requires a disciplined, well-thought-out approach. At Aquino Financial Group, our mission is to provide a variety of solutions to help our clients fulfill their lifetime financial goals and dreams.
Welcome to Island Green, Westminster. The Pub and Grill offers a variety of food in a family-friendly atmosphere. Live music, private suites, Miniature golf. Learn more at islandgreenwestminster.com. Island Green Westminster.